Hello, I'm Adonis D Leyva. Imagination. It can be a blessing. In my case, it was a curse. When I was 16, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. This was in 2008. I had always been creative, but it seemed my creativity gained a mind of its own. My drawings would talk to me, telling me how they wanted to be made. I was prescribed medications to help me back to reality, but I rejected them. 2 years later, I got my biggest dosage of insanity in the form of fabricated memories. I thought my family was hiding something from the past and wanted to kill me. It was during these troubling times that I began to experiment with a 3D program called Anim8or. Despite my psychological deterioration, I still aspired to be an artist and create a world others could enjoy. 2 more years later, when I was 20, I discovered a superior 3D program called Blender and made the transition. I learned all I could from YouTube videos. I was still insane, rejecting my medication. I spent 4 more years in and out of mental institutions. My schizophrenia gained a sort of sentience, like my old drawings. Finally, in 2016, I accepted treatment. It was a rough time for me because I had grown so accustomed to the voices and entities my abnormal brain had created, and now they were gone. I spent the year adjusting to the real world by focusing on my art. My Blender knowledge was good enough at this point to create amateur models and animations, but I needed more. That's what resulted in my enrollment at SailAll University. I wanted to become a part of society again, like before schizophrenia took its hold on me. In my time at SailAll, I have learned things in greater depth than could ever be achieved by watching YouTube videos. I learned 3D foundations, which strengthened my knowledge gained throughout my 6 years of self-education. In model creation, I bettered my understanding of topology to create just about anything in 3D space. In 3D animation, I learned what I couldn't have on my own, such as manipulating and refining computer-animated sequences. In character rigging, I made my rigging knowledge more professional to make characters move. Going to SailAll was the wisest choice in my personal development, aside from taking medication. Do you remember how I said that my imagination was a curse? Well, that's no longer the case. You see, after all these years of crawling in the darkness of insanity, I found something precious. I have a library of stories fabricated by my mind. That, coupled with my artistic skills, can produce vast amounts of content for all to enjoy. I like to think of myself as Prometheus, stealing fire from the gods to bring it to humanity. My loss of sanity put me through hell. But with medications, I've been given that sanity back. The least I can do is give back to society for the treatment. So where do you come in? You can help me bring the creative fire of insanity to the masses so they can see what I saw. I need new equipment to render my scenes faster. Most of my content will be used to simultaneously entertain and educate. I believe it's a shame that so many good and innovative ideas for sustainability are overlooked. My way of solving that is to create stories full of conflict and suspense set in a sustainable world. Humans will always have conflict, but at least we can preserve the planet for future generations. So how about it? Will you help me bring fire to humanity?